Hello, I am Thomas Paine, and today I want to reflect on a timeless observation I made during one of history's most transformative periods. Government, even in its best state, is but a necessary evil, in its worst state, an intolerable one. This quote, from my work Common Sense, captures a fundamental truth about the nature of governance. While it is essential for organizing society and maintaining order, government inherently carries the risk of overreach and oppression. Let us explore how this applied in my time, how it resonates today, and what lessons it holds for our future. How it applied in my time. In the late 18th century, the American colonies were gripped by the oppressive hand of British rule. The Crown imposed taxes, controlled trade, and deployed its military might to suppress dissent, all without giving the colonists a voice in their own governance. For many, the government had shifted from being a necessary institution for the common good to an intolerable oppressor, wielding power to benefit a distant elite at the expense of ordinary citizens. I wrote these words as a call to action, urging my fellow colonists to envision a new kind of society, one where the power of government was derived from the consent of the governed, and its role was strictly limited to serving the people. Government, I argued, should act as a caretaker, addressing collective needs while preserving the natural rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But I was also keenly aware that even well-intentioned governments could slide into tyranny if left unchecked. This understanding was central to the American Revolution. The fight for independence was not just a rebellion against British rule, but a rejection of any system that prioritized the interests of the few over the many. How it applies now and to us, fast forward to today, and my observation remains strikingly relevant. In modern times, governments around the world grapple with the delicate balance between necessity and overreach. While democracy has expanded in many places, the challenges of corruption, inequality, and erosion of public trust persist. In its best state, government can build infrastructure, provide healthcare, enforce justice, and address societal challenges like climate change. Yet in its worst state, it becomes a mechanism for surveillance, oppression, and the concentration of power among elites. The rise of authoritarianism, unchecked lobbying, and the commodification of personal data by corporations supported by governments are modern examples of this intolerable state. Consider how technology has amplified the stakes. Governments now wield tools of mass surveillance capable of tracking our every move and monitoring our communications. While these tools are often justified as necessary for security, they pose grave threats to privacy and individual freedom when abused. The line between necessary evil and intolerable is more blurred than ever. Moreover, the influence of money in politics, particularly in systems like the United States after Citizens United, highlights how government can shift its focus from serving the people to serving the interests of the wealthy and powerful. This mirrors the colonial grievances I witnessed, where policies favored elites over the common good. A call to action. So, what can we learn from this? My words were not meant to condemn government entirely, but to remind us of its dual nature. Government is a tool, neither inherently good nor evil. Its character depends on how it is structured and how vigilantly it is held accountable. To prevent government from becoming intolerable, we must demand transparency, insist that governments operate openly and are held accountable for their actions, defend civil liberties, protect freedoms of speech, press, and assembly, which are the bedrock of resisting tyranny. Engage in democracy, participate actively in elections, civic discourse, and grassroots movements to ensure government reflects the will of the people. Advocate for fair systems, fight for reforms that limit the influence of money in politics and address systemic inequalities. Embrace technology wisely. Leverage technology to empower citizens while safeguarding against its misuse by those in power. Conclusion. As I said centuries ago, government, even in its best state, is but a necessary evil. This truth remains a challenge for all generations to confront. The question is not whether government is necessary, it is, but whether we, the people, can ensure it remains a servant to our collective will rather than a master of our lives. Thank you for joining me in reflecting on this enduring principle. To learn more about how these ideas connect to the challenges of today's digital age and political landscape, visit information-warfare.com. Together we can navigate these complexities and ensure that government serves humanity, not the other way around. Stay vigilant, stay informed, stay engaged.